Hey guys, so it looks like Blizzard has just released a blog post talking about some of the new features that we can expect in the next major update. So aside from all of the leaks that were floating around, Blizzard hasn't really confirmed that much in terms of the features that are coming in, and they've been relatively quiet this month. Aside from the roadmap for 2025 that they published a few days ago, but I'm really happy to see that with this blog post, they've actually detailed quite a lot of features are coming that the community has been asking for a while. So let's just dive right in and see what we have here. So first of all, we can see that the 11th major update to the game is coming on March the 20th, and I believe that this is a Thursday next week, and we can expect the patch notes to actually come on the 18th, which is on Tuesday, I believe. So let's dive right in and talk about the first thing, which is the main quest, which is going to be coming with the major update, and this is going to be called the Writhing Wilds, and it says that we'll travel to a mysterious and untamed land called the Sharval Wilds. I'm not sure if this is going to be a new zone. I don't think we are expecting a new zone this major update, but something interesting here is that it says that to help Sharval locate the source of danger, you'll work with the forest guardians, who are local druids and witches. So this might actually be confirming that the next class is actually going to be a druid or maybe a witch. I'm not too sure, but I remember with the Tempest class reveal, we could actually fight alongside the Tempests on the boat for the main quest. So this might be a hint that the main class is indeed going to be confirmed to be a druid. I think that this was just a speculation, but this could in fact be true. We'll have to wait and see. Moving on from the main quest now, we've got the Battleground Map Overhaul. So a lot of people are going to be happy with this one because I believe that many players have been complaining that the Battleground map has been the same, and a lot of content creators have also been echoing the same statement. And we can see here that we've got a new map, and I believe that a few players did actually get the chance to test this, and I really hope that they've kind of fine-tuned this. Let's just see how it is. So unfortunately, there's not too many details revealed for this map here, but I do believe that we will be getting more information on the 18th, so let's just wait and see what we get there. But I think a lot of people are going to be happy with this. Not too sure also if it will be actually replacing the current Battlegrounds map completely, or if this will be a new mode, kind of like the Tower War that we have that sometimes appears. For now, let's just wait to see how this new map plays. I'm really hyped to try it out because it's been 2.5 years and there hasn't really been any updates to the Battlegrounds, so this is going to be really awesome, especially if you're somebody who likes PvP. And even if you don't like PvP, I'd suggest to at least try it out, and let's just see if it's any good. Moving on now from the Battlegrounds update, I want to talk about the most impressive part of the blog post for me, and this is the new legendary gems. I think you guys are going to be really happy with this one. So we've got 3 new legendary gems coming with the update, which is kind of to be expected because this is a major update, and these are going to be the stats at rank 10. And starting off really strong here, we've got the Colossus Engine, which is a 5-star legendary gem, which is going to grant yourself a buff to give you colossal strength for 6 seconds, increasing your skill damage by 50%. That is absolutely huge, while also increasing your size and skill range. Additionally, Colossal Strength also grants you immunity to knockback effects for 4.8 seconds. Colossal Strength cannot occur more often than once every 20 seconds. Okay, I'm going to call it right here, guys. This gem is going to be absolutely bonkers. It's probably going to be in the same tier as Roiling Consequence and Bloodsoaked Jade. It might be even better than those gems. It's just insane. If we just take a look at the first part of the description, which is the 50% skill damage, if this gem only had this 50% skill damage, then this would already be an A tier, S tier gem. But not only does it give you the skill damage, it also gives you the increased size, which if you didn't know is going to give you increased speed, and it also gives you increased skill range, which is just insane. I'm kind of dreading to see how this is going to work with the Barbarian Chains, because they're already pulling you from the other side of the map. Now they're probably going to pull you all the way from Mars, but let's just see how it goes. And then we've also got an immunity to knockback effect on top of this. This gem is just going to be absolutely crazy for both PvE and PvP. You guys should start saving up your crests now, because this one is going to be one to watch. Absolute beast. It's going to be an S+ tier to be used for every class. I'm calling it right now. Moving on now from the 5-star gem, we've got the Spectre Glass, which is going to be the 2-star gem. And it says that critical hits shatter enemy armor for 2 seconds, increasing the damage they take from you by 28% and increasing your critical critical hit chance against them by 4%, cannot occur on the same target more than once every 6 seconds. So this has a pretty decent uptime. It's about a third of the uptime, and I believe that both these two gems, the duration can be increased by beneficial effect duration. We'll have to test that to see, but I believe that is the case. So with this 28% armor shatter effect, it's actually very strong, and I do believe that this is going to stack on top of the other armor shatter effects. This can be kind of compared to the Sunder skill on Barbarian, which stacks with every other skill. So just that alone is already crazy. I think that this gem is going to be in the same tier as Pain Class. Personally, I will be trying this gem out in my Wizard build, as well as the Colossal Engine if I can get my hands on it. We can kind of compare this gem to Pain Class. Pain Class gives you a 24% damage increase, which has 100% uptime, whereas this gem gives you a 28% damage increase that's up a third of the time, but I believe, like I said, that this can be increased with beneficial effect duration. This gem could be closely compared to Mornskull in my opinion, and personally I would rank this gem somewhere between Mornskull and Pain Class. Moving on now to the last gem, which is the 1-star gem. We've got the Fall to Grasp, and this reads that critical hits disable enemies, preventing the use of their dash skills for 3.6 seconds and reducing their movement speed by 24%, cannot occur on the same target more than once every 20 seconds. So unlike the first two gems which are shown here, which in my opinion are going to be in the top tier of both PvE and PvP, this gem looks like it's going to have the most use within PvP. It's not really going to have any use in PvE as far as I understand, and with the dash heavy meta that we have right now in PvP, this will actually be a pretty useful gem. But then again, it is a 1-star gem. If you're a free-to-play player, then this could be a useful one. Personally, this is the least impressive one from the 3 gems which are teased in my opinion, but nevertheless I will be trying it out and seeing if I can make it work in the new Battlegrounds map. Moving on now from the legendary gems, we've got the Essence Loyalty bonus changes. This is going to make a lot of people happy, and I can't believe that this is also coming in the update. This update just keeps on giving, so let's just take a quick read here. So it says, we've also changed the way you extract essences earned from loyalty bonus. There is no longer going to be a weekly cap for extracting essences, and you'll no longer be time gated from unlocking new essences when they're released. This is just music to my ears. Anytime they mention removing caps or removing time gates in the game, this just makes me so happy to read. Let's just read on here. So it says, once you've unlocked the difficulty for corresponding essence and the server paragon level has reached the new difficulty, they can be unlocked right away. So I think that currently in the game, for new or returner players, once they actually come back and unlock a new difficulty, they actually have to wait a couple of weeks to select one of the newer essence as a loyalty bonus. I'm really happy that this restriction is going to be lifted, and it says that newly released essences start with a cheaper cost that increases with each essence you unlock within the same class. So each class has its own cost. If you class transfer frequently, you'll be able to unlock your first few essences for each class. So basically, there's going to be a cost towards each essence to unlock, and this cost is going to increase as you unlock more essences on the class. I wonder if there's a upper limit to that, because I hope that it doesn't just increase infinitely. So in this image that they've shared to us here, it's actually pretty interesting. They've shared 2 currencies here. Of course, this is subject to change. Let's just see how it is in the main patch notes when they're released, but you can see that there's like a small yellow icon and then a big kind of icon that looks like a star. So I believe that for the older essence in the game, which unlock from lower difficulties, they will cost this currency on the left, and then for the newer essence which have just been released and being added to the game, we can expect to use the currency on the right, which is the star currency. So we can see that in the screenshot we've got a few barbarian essences. These ones drop from normal difficulty, and you can see that they cost 400 of this currency. I'm not too sure how many of this currency you get from extracting one legendary piece. I'm guessing it's going to work similar to what we have now, where it's just like a random amount that you get, but at the minimum you should be able to expect to get at least 1 point towards this, and there's, like I said, no weekly cap it seems. So I'm really hyped to see this, and I'm going to be motivated once again to farm up legendary items just to unlock the essence as fast as possible and make some new builds for you guys, so I can't wait for this one. Moving on, we've got familiar skill improvements. Your valued and trusted companion is learning new tricks, adventurer. As a result of player feedback, we've increased their versatility to aid you in the fiercest of battles. Some will be able to learn new skills specific to each familiar, giving them the needed edge in intense battles. Their loyalty will soon only be matched by the power of their newfound abilities. So this is pretty vague, and there's not too much being revealed here. There is mention of these new skills for each familiar. Right now I believe that each familiar that we have in the game, they each have a different unique skill. I don't know if this new skill that they're talking about is going to be an active skill or a passive skill or something else completely, but it will be interesting to see what this is. And I'm kind of looking forward to see just how far they will push the improvements to the familiar system. We did have an update to it in the last major update where they removed familiar melding, and they also improved a bit of the conversion and gave us some bonuses for that. But there hasn't been all too much with the familiar skills. I would actually love to see more familiars being added to the game. I have been saving my pet contracts just in the hope that they will add more pets for us to actually play around with. And I would also like to see a bit more transparency with the familiar conversion, just so we know exactly what we can get and the best way to actually be able to get the skills that we want. Moving on now to the final few things which are seen in this blog post, we've got the masterful crafting changes. So it says, for the first time, you now have immense control over how you craft powerful gear, gather ores from the open world and materials from defeated elite monsters, then head to the blacksmith to forge your choice of legendary items with at least one class specific affix or a skill stone with at least 3 class related affixes. This is actually very interesting, and I can't believe this update just keeps on giving. So basically, it seems like there are these ores, as you can see in this image, which are going to be added to the open world, where you can kind of collect some sort of materials, and it seems like you can also get this from defeating elite monsters in the open world. I'm not too sure how this is going to work, but then once you gather enough of this material, you can head over to the blacksmith and choose one legendary item, which is going to give you some class specific affixes. And I believe that this is actually pretty cool because with class specific affixes, which are like eternal gear, you can only get that from the Terra Essence or from the Diablo quest, which is a weekly quest or one-time thing. So it's nice to see that they've added more ways to actually do this for the people who actually don't like farming in the Terra Rifts. It seems like this legendary item might potentially have even more power than the eternal items, which are the 444 items that we currently have in the game. We will have to wait and see for Blizzard to actually confirm this. And aside from the legendary items that we can actually also get a skill stone with at least 3 class related affixes on it. So this is actually pretty interesting too, because currently the only way to get skill stones is from using platinum in the market or actually crafting your own one after upgrading a charm to level 5, and then you will have to pay 500 platinum. It would actually be pretty cool for players to create skill stones without the need for any platinum. I think that a lot of players have been asking for the platinum cost to be removed completely, and this might actually give us a way to generate platinum by selling skill stones on the market. We'll just have to wait to see how rare these ores are going to be and how long it takes to actually collect them. If they're as rare as legendary runes that we currently have in the game, then I've kind of lost a bit of hope. But if these items are super powerful and they're going to last you for a while, then this actually could be a really, really nice change, and I can't wait to see how this is going to be. And the final thing that was teased for this major update, in case this wasn't enough, is the Sharvel Wilds Vanguard update. So Vanguard has been missing for the last 2 weeks. Season 2 has already ended, but there hasn't been a Vanguard update, and a few players have been missing it, including myself. So I'm glad to see that they are bringing this back. So it says venture into the Sharvel Wilds Vanguard, and we also will get a chance to fight the new Reliquary bosses. So I believe that the new Reliquary bosses will be coming in the middle of the year, sometime between April and June. At least that's what the roadmap says. But it will be cool to actually have an early look at these and take a look at their mechanics. And I believe that the gear that we actually get from these will have the powers of these bosses. So I'm really pumped to see what this is going to look like. So that's everything that was shared in this blog post, and like I said, there will be more information coming when the full patch notes are released on March the 18th, and we can expect to play the major update on March the 20th. Right now I'm super hyped and can't wait for this major update to be released. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I didn't think they could outdo the last major update they had, which was at the end of last year, but it looks like with all of these features coming, this update is going to be absolutely packed, and I think that we're all in for a treat. And just before I end the video, I want to take a quick look at the roadmap that we have. Let's take a look at the January to March section, which is the Writhing Wilds. So like they've promised, we're getting the new quest, we're getting the new crafting system. I'm not too sure what this zone PvP update is going to be. Maybe it's going to be the Sharvel Wilds that they've teased in the blog post, but I'll wait to see what the patch notes actually say. And then last but not least, we've got this new Battlegrounds map, which I also talked about. So it looks like Blizzard is making good on their promise, and they're following this roadmap for now. I hope that this continues on for the rest of the year. We do also have Tongshi's Renewal coming back at some point this month, probably along with a few other returning events, which they'll mention in the full patch notes when they're released. Overall, I'm super hyped for this update. I think I'm most looking forward to the legendary gems, which I believe will completely break the game. The 5-star especially seems really bonkers and overpowered, so I believe that everybody's going to be using it if they can get their hands on it. And I also can't wait to see what kind of items we can craft with the new system, as well as trying the new Battlegrounds map. Do let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear your opinion on what's been teased so far. I will probably be covering the full patch notes when they're released on the 18th, and I'm hoping there's a few more details then. But for now, I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you like this kind of content, then please do consider subscribing and liking the video and all that good stuff. And I'm going to catch you all in the next video. Peace.